everything that you see, everything that you touch, and everything that you call reality was once a thought. It all began as a vision, as an idea, as a spark within someone's mind. The building that you live in, the technology that you have, and the systems that we use to shape our world all started in the unseen. And beyond what you see with your physical eyes, there are realms within your mind that most have never explored. And yet, we have only been taught to prioritize what is physical, what is proven, what can be measured, what has already been materialized and manifested. Rarely are we taught to master the place where all things begin. And the truth is, you're not just living in the world, you are participating in the creation of it. Pause for dramatic effect. I have always had a vivid imagination, and when I realized the importance of it, that's when I decided to go deeper. The inner world and the mental landscape requires cultivation. It requires clear and deliberate conscious thinking, because if left unattended, it could grow wild. Like an unexplored jungle, dense, unmapped, and alive with thought forms I had unconsciously created throughout childhood and early adolescence. Many of them shaped by fear, confusion, and unhealthy patterns of thinking. These thought forms are not random. They are constructed by repetition, strengthened through emotion, and sustained through beliefs. Unknowingly, they begin to dictate the lens through which we experience reality. A belief in lack, a pattern of anxiety, or a feeling of not belonging, and a quiet assumption that the world is unsafe. A thought, when repeated consistently, begin to form neural pathways in the brain. Over time, these pathways become the default routes of our perception. In neuroscience, this is known as neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself based on repeated thoughts and experiences. Which means, what you think repeatedly doesn't just stay in your mind. It shapes how you feel, how you take action or non-action, and thus it builds your reality through cause and effect. The mind isn't just a tool, it is a gateway, a creative field where everything that could exist does exist, and it is a living dimension, a space where reality is first written before it is ever lived. If everything lives in the mind, then what would happen if we learned to consciously create with it, to shape it, to direct it, to understand it? Each thought form has one purpose: to continue doing exactly what it was created to do. It reinforces the dominant frequency of your thinking, whether you are aware of it or not. It does not question, it does not judge, and it does not feel. It simply executes. If a thought form was born from fear, it will continue to generate fearful impressions. If it was born from pain, it will continue to search for evidence of it and share it with you. This is why shadow work becomes the first step, not as something dark or negative, but as a necessary act of awareness, a way to enter the mental jungle, observing what lives there, understanding what I had created, and most importantly, deciding what I was no longer willing to sustain. Because once you become aware of the mental landscape, you are no longer just a passive observer of your thoughts. You become the architect of them. The landscape began to change. Pathways once hidden began to reveal themselves, new connections forming in real time. What was once shadow was never the enemy. It was an unrefined aspect of my own creation, waiting to be seen. When I chose to face it with awareness, it had transformed, not into something new, but into something it always had the potential to become. And so it led me further, deeper into the architecture of my own mind. The mind is not fixed, it is adaptive. Every thought and every realization reshapes its structure. This is the nature of neuroplasticity, the brain evolving to respond to awareness. And then I arrived at the threshold, not placed before me by chance, but revealed when I was ready to see it. The door did not guard something outside of me, it guarded something within. Because there are parts of ourselves we do not access until we are willing to meet them. At the center stood a monument, veiled by illusion no more. It is reflective and always listening. The subconscious mind observes like a silent mirror, not to show you who you think you are, but to reveal to you who you have always been. Beneath the layers of thought and constructed identities, there is an essence untouched by fear and unaffected by illusions. If only we could truly see ourselves beyond the limits of our eyes, we would not see skin, we would see light. We would see the energy moving through us, veins illuminated like constellations, a field surrounding us alive and responsive. We are not just beings, we are electromagnetic. We are far beyond what we have been taught to perceive. And when you begin to understand that the mind isn't just imagination, it is creation. Sometimes transformation isn't just about becoming something new. It can be the realization of what you already are. Your mind and imagination is very powerful, but most move through life only focusing on what is in front of them when there is an entire world within. The universe is not outside of you, it is within you, hidden in plain sight and awaiting your acknowledgement. And when you understand that your thoughts and awareness shape your reality every single day, that is when you take your power back. I am Aluraya, and this is just the beginning.